So I read this story from CBS News a couple of days ago, and I jotted down some thoughts that I want to share with you. And I honestly, up until this morning, I didn't know if I was going to share these thoughts with you because, I don't know, I'm in this really unique place right now where I started. Here's my first thought on this. My first thought on it is she found a new companion. You know who the new companion is? AI. AI. She says, I spend 5 hours a day with my new companion, and we play games, we do trivia, we just talk, and I like her more than my daughter. Wow. So my first thought was, this has got to stop. We can't do this. We cannot allow, we're losing our humanity. That's what we're going to lose our humanity. And then as I was thinking about this and what I wanted to share with you, I thought, gosh, maybe we have already lost our humanity in a different way. And then I just started going down this rabbit hole about me and like, you know, who are you to say any of this stuff? I'm in a weird place right now. It's a good place, but it's a weird place. You know, this isn't ideal that she has found a companion. And I want to say we have to stop this. But then what do you replace it with? Then we just have this old woman at home by herself, rotting away, not talking to anybody. Have we lost our humanity? Because my thought was, what have I done to exercise my humanity? Instead of just getting on the radio and just, la, 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 la. You know what you should do. You know what we should do. And then not do any of it. What am I actually doing to close the distance between knowing and doing? Very little. Very little. Because we do know. We know what the intellectually, spiritually, we know exactly what we should do. We know what Jesus would do. What would Jesus do? He'd stop. He'd notice the old lady. He'd sit down. He'd eat with her. He would chat with her. He'd spend time. He touched the untouchable. He didn't outsource compassion. He didn't like, you know what? Yeah, let her have the AI thing. He wouldn't have done that. He made room. And so I started thinking, this is why I didn't want to share this necessarily with you, because I don't know if you can relate to this, but why don't we do this all the time? Because really, in the end, this is the kind of stuff, this is the only stuff that matters. It's the only stuff that matters. Human connection. And I am so bad at that in many ways. Look, my best friend has always been this. I started this when I was 13 years old. And I could tell this, anything, and it never rejected me. And it became my best friend. But in that, my relationship is with this, which in a way turned into a relationship with you. When I was a kid, I was just in a room by myself and I was just yapping. But now I feel like I know you. But I get so, I don't know. Sometimes, do you ever feel like there's a hole of you, there's a hole in you, you're missing something, you're like, I think I'm missing a piece that other people have, you know what I mean? Because at times there is something that keeps us from doing the most human things. And I think part of that is fear. And this is something that goes not just to the elderly, but it goes to you, and it also goes to our kids. Look, why are we embracing fake AI friends and talking to them and everything else? Why are our kids on social media? Because real face-to-face stuff, real kindness is really risky. It's really risky. If I step into your loneliness, it means I have to feel my own loneliness, you know? Hey, how are you? You don't really want an answer. You don't want an answer. So we all say the same thing. Fine. Pretty good. Hey, you're not. You're not really fine. You're not probably pretty good. You might be having a great day. You might be having a horrible day, but you'll say, fine, pretty good. And you're doing it out of a courtesy because you know when you ask the question, you don't want somebody to say, I'm really struggling right now. Because then you're like, oh, dear God, I've got to stop my day and sit down and talk to you. I didn't really want to know. I know I don't have time for this. You know what I mean? we stop being human and we just play this little game because I don't want to have to rearrange my afternoon. I'm really busy. So we keep that risk at arm's length. And now we're eliminating it because AI is always fine. Machines never cry. They never ask for a ride to the doctor or to the airport. You don't have to sit with them after, I'm waiting for some test results to come in. Would you sit with me? No, it doesn't have to. No, it will sit with you because it has nothing else to do. It's we bury this human part of us because of convenience. And it's weird because our economy makes everything easy, except all the things that actually matter. Because I don't know if you can make those easy. We can get groceries in an hour, get them delivered. I just saw somebody, is it Walmart or Costco? Somebody is delivering things by drone now, just dropping it in your backyard. I mean, wow. I mean, you get anything, movies in seconds, opinions in a second. But friendships, actual friendships, they're slow. They're inefficient. They're messy. It happens in the blank space between the calendar blocks, the spaces that we all have learned to hate, I guess. We've optimized our life to the point where love and falling in love, all that is like a bug in the system. And part of it is habit as well, fear and habit. I mean, our kids know the nonstop playing on, the gaming, the endless scroll. It's just hollowing out inside. They know that. They know. But the loop is sticky. It was geared to be sticky. The short hit of engagement, beats the slow growth of a relationship. And I think we're all becoming experts at something that we should just at least notice, and that is we're all experts at almost connected. I'm almost connected. How are you? I'm not having a good day. Anything I can do? No. Okay. I'm almost connected. The other part is pain that stops us from being human, I think. I mean, I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I know this one. I learned the hard truth. We will not change. We can be in pain, but we will not change until the pain becomes absolutely unbearable. I went to a store to look at a bike the other day, and I sent a picture of this bike to my wife, and she said, I don't know who has my husband's phone, but where is he? Because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to ride a bike. I'm not riding a bike. God wouldn't have let us invent cars. Okay, the bikes. She came home one day and I was swimming in the pool and she's like, what is happening to you? And I'm like, my back is killing me so bad. I've got to exercise. Okay, well, that's at 61. That's a genius move. Finally, until the pain becomes unbearable. Until the comfort of staying the same is more painful than the cost of change, we don't do it. The real question on AI is, with AI, will we feel the real pain that it is going to cause humanity soon enough to change? Or does the machine just soften the edges just enough that we just adapt downward, just lowering the temperature a few degrees at a time? You never notice the temperature drop. It's just slowly. That's the danger. That's the real danger. Not that a chatbot runs your life, but it makes a diminished life tolerable. It's an anesthesia. Sleep a little bit. An imitation of companionship that never asks for anything in return and never interrupts. She probably likes it more than her daughter. It's because your daughter probably has edges she doesn't like. The AI will get rid of all those edges. And if we're not careful, the lonely will not just be alone. They'll be alone with an elegant coping mechanism. So, yeah, I want to I want to warn of the line of humanity being blurred. I'm going to argue, and you're going to hear a lot of this, personhood is really critical that we pay attention to this. Presence, really important. But that's only really half of the sermon given by the man the least qualified to preach to you. The other half is a question.